Hello everybody, welcome back to the countdown to Phoenix, episode number 2. And I'm pretty much done with the 16. I just gotta wait for my buddy in the morning. Old John is gonna come by. We're gonna CG this real quick, and we're gonna CG his F18. And I'll show you guys how I hang this stuff from my ceiling. But I had this plane CG'd pretty much on the back side of the range. But some guys on RC Universe are going all the way to 225, which is pretty much against this bar. So I'm going to move it to where them guys are having it. I ain't had any issues. It tends to leap off the ground. You know, I did notice that, and they said that helps it, so we're going to try it. T45, I'm just going to leave alone. That dude's set up and good to go, CG'd. Got me some camera mounts in it. I'm going to mount a camera under the nose, point at the nose gear so we get some good footage of that. But I wanted to go over a couple things, had a couple questions. I believe a couple other people have asked me this too. They wanted to know about how much resin this is taking and how much hardener. Okay? Well, the hardener is a ratio. Okay? This stuff comes as a kit. There's the ratio right there. 100 parts of resin to 25 parts of hardener. Okay? This white stuff is different. It's 100 to 16. That's 100 grams of this to 16 grams of hardener. This is 100 grams of resin to 25 grams of hardener. So I'll put in 100 grams and then put it up to 125 with the hardener. And so that's the mix ratio on that. You want to know how much resin was used on the fuselage, okay? Now I'm going to guess, you know, we really didn't keep track, but I'm going to say probably 400 grams on each side. That's probably about a quart. Okay? Now, the main thing is you don't mix all that up at once, okay? I don't like to mix more than, say, 200 grams at a time, because your pot life is about 30 minutes, and then it starts getting thicker and it don't absorb into the cloth as much. But a good rule of thumb is your cloth. Okay? You say we got 10-ounce cloth here. Okay? Now how they measure this cloth is a yard. So a 3 by 3 chunk of that, which is 1 square yard, should weigh 10 ounces. Okay? Now your resin is going to soak up pretty much its own weight. Or your cloth is going to soak up pretty much its own weight in resin. So, if you use, say your project's going to take about 2 yards, well that's 10 ounces per yard, you know, that'll get you a ballpark. But if you're using a layer of 10 and a layer of 4, that's 14 ounces a yard. See, you see how you figure that? And even your 3/4 ounce is going to suck up about 3/4 ounces a yard. So that's a pretty good way of judging how much resin you're going to need. You know, but anytime you're on a project like this, you don't want to cut yourself short. You need to at least buy gallons of it, you know, and it's cheaper, you know, if you buy 5. If you're going to mold your own stuff, you know, when I molded my GB, I was a broke man back then. we had little kids, you know, and I was buying a gallon a week. You know, that was $100 a gallon back then, man. That was a lot of money, man. We got babies at home. You know, that's a lot of money. And more, I wanted to spend $300 and buy 5 gallons. Oh, I wanted to do that, but we just couldn't afford it. And so I would buy a gallon a week, and that would get me 1 chunk of my mold, because that was a big mold. So that would pretty much get me 1 chunk per week. I'd do one side, you know, and let it set up, or not one side, you know, it was a 3-piece mold, so I did like a third of it. The next week I'd buy another gallon of resin, and then I'd do another third of it, and that's kind of how I did that. But you never want to try it, because the more you mix in your cup, the more heat it's going to generate, and the faster it's going to go off. So you never want to really mix more than you can use in 20 minutes. Okay? So if you're doing a part that's really hard, and you know it's going to take you a while, or even, you know, don't mix up more than, you can mix it up 100 ounces at a time, or 100 grams at a time. And, you know, that way it don't go bad. You know, because everything costs money. You just gotta, but the more you do it, the more you learn how to judge it. Okay? Now I got a letter here from Kurt, one of our big fans. And he says he's watched every one of the B1 and 105 videos. Looking great. Can't wait to see it fly. Wants to donate a couple things. A period correct helmet for the 105 pilot. Hey, that'd be awesome, man, if you wanted to send it. This ripstop, I'll use this up, man. You can send me all you want. I'll take it all. I sure would appreciate it, buddy. Oh, Kurt. And then he says, P.S. How about a 5th scale F4? He knows I got a soft spot for them big A4s. I like them A6s too. There's not very many of them out. Maybe we can talk Butch into cutting us an A6 plug. I would like to do an A6 intruder. I think they're cool jets. And there ain't many of them out there. That's what I like to build, people. There's stuff there that ain't out there. You know, I love F4s. But the bad thing about it is every company in China is putting out an F4. You know? So, you know, it's just, I don't know. A6 I'm more interested in. Although I want an F4. I'll be happy with the Jet Legend. But, oh, one more thing, guys. I kind of got beat up on the comments this morning. Old boy was beating me up, so I had to block him. Told Butch about it. He sent me this video. I put it down my favorites. So, anyone that wants to beat me up in the comments, go down to my favorites and watch that video first. It's right there on the top of my favorites. It's hilarious. You guys gotta watch it. It is so funny. But yeah, this guy, he was in a bad mood this morning. Woke up bad side of the bed and just chose to beat me up. And you know, I'm sorry, but all I got to say is, you got something to say to me, say it to me. You know, he was mad because every time he got on YouTube, his subscription box was filled. He was actually upset because I put out videos every day. You know, I got one thing to say about something like that. Don't like it, don't watch it. Ain't no one tied him down. But that's enough about the drama. But go down and watch that footage, man. That movie, it's hilarious. And we'll make some more movies tomorrow and show you how I set up my CG machine up there on that hook. I take that cord down, and I got some special aluminum flanges that just works awesome on pretty much all jets. Anything you can bolt a wing on works awesome. I'll show it to you tomorrow. And if you really don't understand any more about this resin, please ask me, and I'll try and get in more detail. Tell me what you don't understand. I'll try and help you out, because that's the kind of guy I am. Thanks for watching, everybody. See you back in the shop. You're the rare double finger twirl.